It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show. On a sick one. On a sick one.
On a sick one.
On a sick one.
On a sick one.
On a sick one. On a sick one. Is that empty?
And we are back with the 7th episode of the Onasickone podcast. I'm with my co-host, full-time, never part-time, Tony. Welcome, dude. I didn't even know he was going to be here today. So he kind of surprised me.
Hey, Joe.
When did you get here?
This morning at 6:30 a.m.
Dude, you said that you thought that you told me that you were coming, and that's bullshit. I don't think that you told me that.
I think I texted you.
I think you did, actually. I think I followed back up with it, and I saw it.
I'm on a sick one. You're on a sick one. So
Onasickone is very factual today.
should I give just a quick round of like how I got here?
Real quick. Fill me in.
Because I wasn't at the comedy show, so I won't have any input.
That bummed me the out, by the way. You not being at the comedy show last night?
It bummed me out. But
We miss you.
But Culture and Cannabis, the parent of this podcast, had a show with Twista last night, the one and only. If you guys don't know who Twista is, he's like a multi-platinum recording artist, and it was lit. It was a complete sellout show. It was at Sapphire, which is a gentleman's club. We had
in Vegas, right?
Yeah, it's the world's largest gentleman's club, but it was on the event side. They have like an event
Was there
center.
titties out?
So there was some titties there.
Oh, cool.
It was chill. But
That's sick.
I got done working at like 2 a.m. and my flight was at 5, so I had to be at the airport at 4. So I literally slept for like an hour, got here this morning, had to like negotiate / flirt with the girl at the front to get her to check me in early.
Cool.
She checked me in. I was in my bed at 7, slept till about noon. So
Full-time, never part-time, baby. He's here in the building with us. Without further ado, I want to just tap in and dive in real quick. By the way, I'm really glad that you're here. Like, seriously, love you. Glad you're here. But we have a very special guest in the building today. Very happy that he's here. One of the founding fathers of Shreddy Life, the company that you guys see me rocking all the time. Please help me welcome. Put your motherfucking hands together for my boy, Aaron Birdwell, everybody. Come on now. Come on now. Come on, let's go.
Thanks
How you
for
doing?
having
How you
me.
doing, my boy? You're here.
I'm doing good. I think I'm doing better than you, though.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, you probably are.
I was getting a little worried. Like, I texted Joe, like, I don't know, like 10 o'clock in the morning. I was like, yo, Joe, like, what's up?
Are you okay?
And, like, Joe's got his receipts on red. So, like, like, when he's alive.
true.
And then I'm like,
That happened to me.
I'm like, like, damn, like, Joe's a fallen soldier.
Oh, dude. So you drove out here from San Diego.
Yeah.
Appreciate you so much for coming out, dude.
I
Thank you
drove
so
out.
much.
Plane tickets were like stupid expensive, and like I don't know. I enjoy driving.
How far was that ride?
I think it's like an 8-hour drive.
Well, dude, when you're in the Beamer just floating on the asphalt, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I got an okay
Swaggy.
fast car. It eats, so, like knock on wood, we didn't get any speeding tickets on the way there. So
Do you have a radar detector?
I just use my like intuition.
Yes, I love that. I fucking love
Intuition
that.
detector.
Intuition
Yeah,
detector.
yeah.
How was the drive here? Was it all right? It was cool? It was cool?
Yeah. Drive was chill. Left like San Diego like 4 a.m. on Wednesday, just like to get here like a little bit early. Like busted some work out in the hotel, and then rolled over to Joe's comedy show.
Dude.
First ever comedy show that
Yeah,
ended.
we keep popping cherries.
Yeah.
That was your first ever?
Yeah, never been to a comedy show ever.
Give me some feedback. Don't be like Tony. Make sure it's not negative. Make sure you give me some positive feedback.
Yeah.
No criticism today. Can't handle it.
I mean, like overall, like I'm not really into comedy, so like going into it, I was like, I don't know if I'll really enjoy it. But actually going, like my afterthought of really like seeing the comedy show and seeing like Joe really like wow the crowd and like all the people that he had brought in from like Reno.
It was Reno.
Shout
It
out
was a
to
Reno Fest. It was a Reno Fest.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I watched the whole thing and up front centering, and I was like, oh, this is pretty dope. Like it made me laugh.
It made me really stoked to see you there, dude. To watch me in my element and see me do my motherfucking thank thizzle. I really appreciate you for pulling up, dude. Popped your comedy cherry.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a comedy fan now.
Yeah.
I think that's what we did. I think we turned you into a comedy fan.
100%. I'll be back like anytime Joe's playing in Reno.
Sheesh,
I'll pull
boy. So after the comedy show,
Yeah.
anytime somebody comes to Reno, and I think Aaron can attest to this, anytime somebody comes to Reno, there's a reason why the motherfucking podcast is called Onasickone, my boy and girl and kids and old people that are listening. There's a reason why it's Onasickone.
Yeah.
Give me some like play-by-play. What did we do last night? Where were we? Because to be completely real with you, I don't remember.
Yeah, like I had no idea what to expect because like a lot of people aren't in town, so it's just me and Joe and your buddy Nick, right?
Yeah. The homie
So
Nick was
it's me,
outside.
Nick Bodo?
Joe-
No, Nick Moto's on a sick one on an adventure on his bike. It's my boy Nick Beats. I got a cool story about him too, real quick. But go ahead. So
Yeah,
we're with Nick. We're downtown.
So we
floating
roll
around.
to the comedy show. The thing ends. Joe's like, dude, like he sends like his baby home and his wife, and he's like, all right, we're going out. And I'm like, like, okay. I was like, yeah, show me Reno. So he's like, okay, cool. He's like, first thing he does is like, he's like, watch this. All of a sudden, like, starts up the Harley, and I'm like, okay. Just lets her eat it right in front of the polo lounge, and he's like still going. Just like still going. Then like people start coming out, and then Joe takes off, and then like Joe from the start's like, yo, follow me, and I'm like thinking he's just gonna cruise, we're going up the street. And he's like balls to the wall, like all over downtown Reno. I think is where we were headed.
We're in Midtown.
Yeah.
bopping.
Weird.
Yeah,
What are you on? You're ripping the car.
He was in the Beamer right behind me.
yeah. So I was driving my car right behind him, and I'm like, dude, I don't know the area. Like,
And you don't drink or smoke.
No,
So
not
you're
a drinker.
totally
smoker.
Dude, he's completely sober just watching me send it.
Sicko.
Yeah. And it's like the first time me and Joe really hung out. Like we've hung out at events and like whatever, but like this is the full like one-on-one Joe and Aaron.
I had to show out for my boy one time. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to show off. I was trying to show out for my boy. You know what? You know how cool it is when you just dump the clutch on your Dyna and you whop, bop, 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 and Nick, the owner of Polo Lounge, comes out and he's looking at you like this.
Yeah,
Whop, bop, bop, bop.
That's literally what I was thinking. Like, how mad was
Oh, furious.
everyone?
He was furious.
Pissed, dude.
He was mad.
because he always hates that.
I
Anyways,
think he pissed off like the whole town. It wasn't just like one bar.
we're getting,
it was
we're getting
all
kicked
bars.
out of the polo.
So he's following me around
Yeah,
downtown.
yeah. So I'm
Come
rolling
on, give me
around
some more.
town.
Like, dude, last night was insane.
We get going, like all of a sudden we go to like our second location. And I forget what it's called, but
Z-Bar.
there's-
No.
We went
to
Chapel?
the fancy one with the fucking giant ice cubes, Chapel.
Yeah, so we rolled.
It's like
it.
super dark and shit in there.
Yeah,
And all wood.
it was dark. Yeah, it was a cool vibe. We roll in there. Joe's on a sick one. He's drinking the champagne of beers, and like from what I could see, like that's not the best choice. I'm not a drinker, but I definitely won't pick a champagne of beers.
To be honest with you, when your homie comes to town and he's also somebody that I look up to, that I respect a lot, that's taking care of me a lot. We'll dive into that, but when somebody comes out with you and you're drinking champagne beer, and that's Miller Low Life, if you didn't know that, and it's called Miller High Life. I don't know why the fuck they call it that, because it's Miller Low Life. And I felt like a low life last night when I was drinking in front of him. And to be completely honest with you, I foamed like 6 times and just onto the floor. Now, I cleaned it up because I'm not a fucking dirtbag.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is about that beer. That's why they call it the champagne of beer.
Yeah.
Because all I could fucking feel in my gut and in my thingy was foam. And so I just foamed out 6
He
times.
just overflowed a few times.
Sorry about that.
You know what I mean? But
A
it was
little
all
embarrassed.
good. Then all of a sudden we're sitting outside. We see like a few birds and like the bird scooters, like not the
bird scooters.
not the ones in nature, So we roll out there, and Joe's buddy Nick, Joe's like, yo, you guys all got the bird out, and we're like, I'm like, yeah, I got the bird out, and then his homie's like, I don't want them to track me.
Dude, he's got like an iPhone 4.
Yeah,
I love you,
yeah.
Nick, but what the fuck is that thing?
Yeah, and then Joe's like, all right, dude, well, we're going to roll into the next board. We're going to give you a little bit of time to download the app, and then we're birding. You know what I mean? Like,
Joe Bird.
Yeah.
You just told him what it was.
Yeah. So
what
we
I
roll
wanted
into
to
the next bar, and then Joe's homie, like, brought his beer from the last bar in.
Oh, yeah.
No Miller Low Life. And the homegirl at the counter, like, that's the bartender, he's like, excuse me. He's like, what? She goes, you gotta throw that away. She was cool. Like, if we were in PB or like San Diego, they'd have fucking like dragged you out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she was like,
But it's Reno.
She was like, you gotta chug it.
Dude, he ran out like he stole some shit.
Yeah, and then she's like, no, chug it. So he like chugs it, rolls back in. We check out the scenery in there. Joe jumps in on some like people's karaoke.
dude.
What song were they playing?
I'm sorry, I'm 30 years old.
Yeah.
How old are you?
At
30.
You're at Z-Bar?
You're 30?
Yeah.
How old are you?
27.
I know how old you are, but
27.
so we're right around the same
Yeah.
age. These young kids, I hate to be like, what do they call us? What's our generation called?
Gen X?
Gen fucking savage
Z?
is what it should be
Yeah,
called.
yeah,
Gen badass.
Oh, we're millennials.
We're millennials. So
Okay.
millennials and then Gen Z, I think is below us. Dude, all I'm saying is when I went out there to vibe with the youngins, dude, and they're
were-
probably like, I don't know. They look like they were fucking 11, but they were probably like 19, 20 years old, 21. We're at a bar. 21.
Yeah.
But they're young, and I thought they're gonna be vibey and high vibes, dude. I thought one of them was gonna hit me.
Yeah,
and I was gonna rip all their fucking bottom jaws off. Sorry, I got fired up. Just like,
What song
dude, they
was
weren't
it?
nice, bro. Wasn't it a throwback song? It was like fucking.
It was.
And you
I think it
stole
was
the
like the
mic?
one where they're like, "Fuck you." Like,
oh, fuck you,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
fuck you
Yeah.
too, and I'll be better. We'll still
Yeah.
be better. Well, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Sorry.
Yeah.
But that was that song, and they were not vibing.
Well, I mean, with that type of ensemble, they should have been happy we were there.
Dude, that's what I thought. I was in there like, fuck you, and I'll fuck you too.
But you
and
stole
I was-
someone's spot. That's what
I
happened.
think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I think I was a little
You-
too
you
Joe
stole their
Limelight.
shine.
And on Z-Bar on a Thursday, that's a long line.
There was a load of people in there.
yeah,
It's popping.
yeah.
Shout out KJ, bro.
Shout out KJ.
I'm happy that he didn't kick you out.
No, dude, Joe doesn't get kicked out. What? Actually,
Yeah. Anyway, so you leave Z-Bar.
Oh yeah. So we give the homie enough time to get the bird out. We roll out there, and Joe's like, "Okay, let's go." And then the homie's like, "They're not tracking me."
he did not want to burn it.
So then homie's like, "Yo, I'll just run alongside you." and this dude's in some like slides, you know, like definitely into running shoes, you know. So I'm like,
He wasn't sliding.
yeah. So then I'm like, dude, I don't know. I was like, and Joe's like, get on.
I was like, get the fuck on, we're gone.
Yeah.
Because we're going really far. What I wanted to
We
do
were
was I
deep.
wanted to take him down to Arlington Saloon, which was our next stop. So we went from Z-Bar to Arlington Saloon.
That's a minute.
So we're
Yeah.
hopping on the scoots. He finally
did
gets
you
on.
pick
He finally
Arlington
gets on with me. By the way, Aaron, you don't know this. I might have told you last night. I don't think you know this. Nick Beats is a savage. That guy's very talented.
Yeah.
Baseball player, football player. Like obviously
Yeah.
we're out of high school now, but when I was in high school, I went to McQueen High School. He went to
Okay.
Reno, and those are like rival schools. Like it's like fuck you guys, you know,
Yeah.
and they're like fuck you guys, and then we're like fuck you guys,
Yeah.
you know. I played quarterback at McQueen. He played quarterback at Reno High School.
corner
and we were like
or quarter?
quarter. I was the one throwing it and calling the shots. I wasn't in the corner.
Okay.
But I also did play corner. But we were rivals, and it's a crazy story that we're homies now, and that he's actually supported my comedy and a lot of the things that I do heavily. But we were like seriously rivals. Like I remember in high school, like walking out as captains, and I was like, "Fuck you, dude," and he was like, "Fuck you, dude," and I was like, "Fuck you, dude." So guess who won?
You did.
Fuck yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So-
I wouldn't expect anything
So,
less.
so we got two quarterbacks, rivals, hanging out as friends. We're on bird scooters because he
Yeah.
doesn't want to be tracked by the CIA.
Yeah. Yeah. So we were mobbing, and like I'm like, dude, I need to film this. Like, so like I'm getting like a
I
few
saw that,
Snapchats, you know, but then I'm like, yo, I don't want to be the one crashing the bird like into the curb, you know what I mean? But at first he's like arms on Joe's shoulders, and like Joe's a pretty tall dude, and like the other dude's like decently tall. So he's like this, and then Joe's like, no, dude, like you're fucking me up.
Dude,
Like
he
they,
was holding
they
on
were,
like an
they were
asshole.
like bobbing and weaving. Like it was I was like, it's not when they were gonna go. It's not like if they're gonna go. Now is when.
Did you guys fall?
No.
Not in transition.
Well, later on. So we get going. Joe shows me. We like they're riding good. Like we're
Smashing.
yeah. We We rode so far that we had to like jump on another bird.
Because dude, I think
died.
they're sectioned.
Yeah.
They like don't let you take the birds out of a fucking certain section.
Yeah.
Like you have to like go to here, and then they're like beep beep beep,
Yeah.
and then you got to fucking hop on another one, and then keep that one, and that's.
Yeah.
So we get there. What's the first thing that happened when we stop?
So we stop. We get to the bar. He just straight falls off the back into someone's car. Dude. Like just
eating shit,
just
getting
straight
off
like
like
a
trust-
like he's just straight like ejectos like this, like, and we're like, we're like, oh, and he's like, just give me a minute. So me and Joe roll into the bar. And we see his homie there. He was super cool. Like the Arlington Saloon's dope. Like all the bars in Reno are sick. Like
Shout out to Arlington Saloon.
Yeah.
Love those guys.
Yeah, you really like that place.
I really do.
it's got a
It's
good
kind
vibe.
of. I mean, it's
It's fantastic. Don't talk bad about it. He listens. They listen to this podcast.
there's
Go
nothing-
ahead. What do
nothing
you
wrong
want to say
with
about it?
It's just the
When he stabs you in the fucking neck, I'm going to support him.
Wait, Arlington Saloon's on Arlington, right?
That is correct.
But Arlington and what? Actually, I don't think I've ever been there. Now that I think about
It's
it. I think I'm
Arlington.
thinking
And,
different.
It's Arlington, and I don't really fucking know.
Is it on
it's,
4th? No.
It's right there by the river. It's right by. Fuck, I don't know. It's right there, dude. Right
What's it next to?
It's right next to the old bar that used to be Imperial. Remember that? Remember when it was Imperial, the good old days?
Arlington
next to the church.
Saloon.
See the sketchy church right there.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. No, that bar's sick.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I was thinking of. Never mind. I'll take a different bar.
You were thinking of the, yeah.
Yes,
I know.
yes.
I took him straight there.
Okay.
Come on, fellas. Time to go to the bar. I don't think so, boy.
Okay. Cool. Anyways,
Glad we worked through that, Tony. Full time, never part time. Having a hard time figuring this one out.
okay. Arlington Saloon's good time. Good time. It's right in the 4th Street Center. Cool. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. So we go to the Arlington Saloon. It was chill. Whatever. Then like the like it's kind of winding down. All of a sudden, Joe's a good dude. Like he's like, I need some wine for my chick. So he picks his chick up some wine. But
I bought her wine.
Before we leave, like Joe macks some like Chinese food with like the owners of the bar. I think that's what really saved you because I think if you didn't eat the Chinese food,
Dude,
this might be like an 8 o'clock podcast.
I
instead of
totally
5
invited
o'clock.
myself to eat their food. I was like, what's up? You get food extra? And they were like, yeah, come on, dive in. And I was just, as soon as they said dive in, dude, you know me, baby. Oh, let me get some of that. Let me get some of this. I'm a hungry motherfucker. You know?
Yeah.
It's good to eat. You got to eat.
For sure. Yeah, so then after Joe had his meal, we roll outside and there's like this crazy kind of lady. Like and she was an older lady, like no hate on anybody older, you know.
Right.
But she was like she's a little worn out.
She is a little beat.
Yeah. So
She was aggressively aggressive.
Yeah.
Wanting to be our friends.
Yeah, 100%.
With her little boyfriend guy.
Yeah, she had a boyfriend there and like none of us were trying to take her down, like
Nobody.
and I was like, yo. And then, so all of a sudden, I'm like, Joe's like, okay. So I get the bird app going. And I'm like, oh, my card, like, for some reason got kicked off too. So I'm like, okay, let me switch the other card over. And when I'm doing that, it left enough time for this lady to like walk outside with her dude.
Linger, man.
Then she's like hovering over the birds. And she's like, you're not going to take my number? And, I'm like,
no, we don't want your number.
I'm like still trying to like mess with the bird app, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like 714. This. She's like, you're not even taking my number down. I was like, oh my bad, I'm trying to get on the bird. She's like, I'm coming with.
Yeah, dude, aggressive.
Yeah. So then I'm like, well, give me a second. Let me get the birds checked out, you know. And then she's like, well, I'm riding on the back of me. Because, like, Joe already had his boy on the back. She was going to leave her, like, boyfriend there, you know? And, like, I got a chick, so I'm like, dude, like, I'm not trying to run that program, you know?
Dude, I've never been so aggressed.
Yeah. So then it gets worse. So then, like, I check out my bird, and I like, kick it off the kickstand, and I'm like, jump off the curb. I look over at Joe, and he's like, all right.
We gotta go.
Yeah, so
Bail.
it. So then, well, we can't really rip because we have homie like stumbling around, you know. So then,
Dude,
Someone like that's not.
I'm so happy he didn't crack his fucking helmet last
oh
night.
yeah,
Oh, Nick.
yeah, it would have been
Rival
bad.
quarterback guy.
It would have been super bad. So then, all of a sudden, we bob and weave away from this lady, and then as we're riding away, she's like, I know motocross stars, and you guys aren't just gonna show me no love,
Dude, just
yeah.
yelling
And,
out
we were
random
just,
ass
and
shit.
the dude was just like, the dude was like young, and he was just kind of bummed, but like we didn't want none, you know.
So basically, Aaron comes to town, mob's out here, comes to a comedy show,
Yeah.
goes out with Joe last night, me. I love talking in third person. And would you say you don't drink, smoke, or do anything? And I really do respect that.
Yeah.
But for being completely sober last night, you were on a sick one.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Like the whole time, and I'm like with you, I'm like, this dude is no joke. Like he's the real deal. Like
It's like being on drugs around him, honestly, when you're sober.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know, some people say they're on a sick one, you know, but like I think you live that life.
He encompasses it.
Yeah.
When he first said that word to me, I wasn't sure about it.
Bless you. I don't know what the fuck that was.
It was a sneeze cough.
Okay, cool.
And I wasn't sure about it, you know, because I wasn't sure. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Like on a sick one? And then he said it more and more. And then I knew Joe. And then cats around Joe started saying it. I was like, oh, now I get it.
It makes sense.
Well, because there's really no way to describe you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take that as a compliment.
I would too.
Undescribable.
You're undescribable.
I want to elaborate with you guys, and I want to elaborate to the listeners.
I'm sorry. Can you just
Don't get it twisted, okay? Don't get it twisted. And I don't
What's
mean
the
to
tea?
cut you off.
No, it's okay.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
I just
but
wanted to wrap it up.
I want people to understand. We're going to wrap that up because I
Yeah.
really want to dive into
For sure.
how much I love you and appreciate you for
Yeah.
everything you've done for me. But let me elaborate real fast. Understand me when I tell you that there is a good on a sick one and there is a very bad on a sick one. And there's not really anything really in between. You're either on a sick one in the best way or you're on the sick one in the worst way. And if you're on a sick one in the worst way, call me. I'm here for you. People need to reach out more. People need to hit people up when they're down and out because life goes up and down and side to side, baby. I said it before and I'll say it again. That's just the way it is. So you could be on a sick one in a good way and in so many ways and aspects of your life, or you could be on a sick one in a bad way. And if you're on a sick one in a bad way, it's time to fucking make a change. And I believe in you. And that's my piece on the on a sick one. And it's ONASICKONE. It's one word. So yeah, dude, reach out. Like
Yeah.
everybody, you
No,
know?
for
And I'm
sure.
sure you can attest to that. You can
Yeah.
agree with that. Like
Facts.
if you're hurting, if you're down, if your mental's not there, fucking reach out, my boy. Life is not easy, but we're on a big floating rock in the middle of space. So who gives a fuck? Right?
True.
100%.
Give a fuck, but don't care at all. But care a lot. Does that make sense?
It's a happy medium.
All right. Sorry to get fired up right there.
That was great. No, that was awesome. Okay. Did you make it out of there alive?
Yeah. So after we ditched the crazy lady, we made it back to the car, the Harley, and we made it. We just kind of went separate ways. I went back to my hotel. Joe went back to his crib.
Nice.
Joe almost ran out of gas. Well, he did run out of
I
gas.
did run out of it. My fuel gauge is fucked up. Dabaka, how you doing?
Yeah,
We need to fix that, my boy. I love you.
Wait, isn't it when your bike's out of gas, it like just stops?
So I have a fuel injected bike, and yes, when they run out of gas, they don't go anymore. Motors need gas to burn.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
But, like-
was that a dickhead thing to
Yeah,
say?
no, because-
Jay, was that mean?
No, well,
Did you hear
because
what I said, Jay? Was that fucked up? Okay.
It was
okay.
mean because I was told by your boy that I met who fucked his shoulder up ripping the wheelies, and he ran out of gas while he was ripping the wheelies, and his bike just
Dan
completely,
Downer.
yeah, and his bike just completely stopped. Like that didn't like roll out; it just completely stopped.
So I don't mean to put him on the spot, Dan Downer. I love you. Thank you for supporting me always. He's an absolute sicko, tremendous human being. His whole family is awesome. But that happened to him one time, and he wrecked and ate shit super fucking bad. And then, dude, come to find out, not too long after, maybe a month or so, it happened to him again.
No way.
Yes. Yes.
In wheelie?
In a wheelie, bro. Both times was
But
in
why
a
does
wheelie.
the bike just automatically stop? Like why does
Because think about it. Like, imagine you're breathing air, and I just choke the fuck out of you.
Yeah, but you
can't
would
breathe. You
yeah,
can't-
but you would slow like I guess you wouldn't slowly stop breathing. But like why wouldn't the bike just like roll to a stop?
It cuts, my boy. Because when you starve your bike for fuel, there's no more burn, baby. There's no more power.
Oh, so okay, I get it.
You feel me?
I just feel like if you're
When
in a
your car runs out of
but
gas, it goes and it dies.
Yeah.
When you're in a wheelie and it runs out of gas, the bike fucking dies and the bike goes. Wah, bah, bah.
Okay, so that's what I meant.
It's not good.
Okay.
It's fucked. So I've talked to a lot of riders about this. A lot of guys will say different shit. I'm a firm believer in the weight in the fuel tank isn't that big of a fucking deal. And if your bike's set up proper, you can have a full tank so that issue doesn't happen. And the best guys that I run with, that I watch stunt streets or lots or whatever, they don't run out of gas. And Dan Downer is an absolute sicko, very talented rider. I need you to stop running out of gas, my boy. You're fucking freaking me out.
That's scary.
You're fucking freaking me out. With that being said, top your bike off. You know what I mean? With these gas prices these days, I really appreciate you for coming out here. Like, I know gas wasn't free.
Yeah,
you know, I know you didn't wish the tank full. So, like, real quick, like, I know California gas prices are just fucking insane.
Yeah, they're pretty high. Like, they definitely, like, make you think about where you're going.
When the homies come from California and they actually come here and gas is like $5.89, they're like, holy fuck, this is a killer deal. I'm like, dude, it's not.
And, like, the worst thing is, like, I got to run 91.
Primo.
So then it's like,
What kind of Beamer is it?
it's M3.
It's clean.
It's
Very nice.
It's cool.
so you afford all that because you own a company?
Yeah. Because I work.
Essentially,
Yeah.
entrepreneurship, very dope thing. Very, I think people use it. I think people use that word and like want to be an entrepreneur, and then there's like people that are actually entrepreneurs.
Facts.
And your boy Joe Comedy right here in the flesh is sitting with two individuals that are both awesome entrepreneurs, very self-motivated people, very, very smart,
I'll cheers you there.
very educated. And you know, that's why I really wanted to bring Aaron out here. I know you guys know I run a full-time Tony always until I die. And if he tries to leave me as a business partner, I will murder him. And that's
Found that out last week.
But if you guys don't know, Aaron is one of the founding fathers of Shreddy Life. 2016, correct, is when it started.
Yeah, that's when I started in the kitchen at my house.
So I know everybody's been seeing your boy swag fuck out.
Yeah, Joe rocks Shreddy so fucking
Dude,
hard.
you know what? My dad always told me, when you look good, you play good, son.
100%.
And dude, I'm not gonna lie, it's so nice to you know, be blessed up and to be hooked up and tapped in with a company like yours. Awesome people, awesome brand, awesome graphics. Everything about it is top notch.
Yeah,
you know, everybody associated with
you.
it. Blake, Hale, Josh, you know, the whole team that you have.
Yeah.
When I got to go to the Shreddy Shack in San Diego, it was legendary. I went with Jay Brew and Andy 76. Seabear was fucking out there hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Very dope. I really want to tap in with that. And first of all, I want to tell you, thanks, man.
Yeah, no wrong. I always got you. Yeah.
You really hooked this guy up.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Worth it?
That's the least I could do.
Worth it?
I mean,
Yeah, I haven't sent him a Christmas card or a card like that.
Not yet. Not yet.
It's not Christmas yet, so like we still got some time.
yeah, you do.
Sheesh. I'm looking forward to Christmas.
There's no doubt. But
So Shreddy Life.
yeah.
Let's tap in. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
So how to get started?
I've been doing like clothing, like graphic design, like forever. You know, since I started doing clothing companies when I was in 8th grade.
Dope.
And just like I started out like spray painting stencils in my backyard with my dad's like work spray paint, you know, and I was like, oh, cool. I watched a few videos. Like at this time, like I'm dating myself a little bit. It's like dial-up internet time, you know, and I'm like taking my family computer and I'm having like computer sheets of paper and I'm like tracing out like the stencil that I want to run on like I think it was called Paint, Microsoft Paint.
Yep.
So I'm like running with that program. Like I don't even got Photoshop. I don't have.
And that's not an easy program to use.
No.
It's terrible.
So I figured out the stencil thing. I was like super big on like stencil graffiti forms, and like that's where I figured out. Like, okay, well, I can make something out of this. So started out with the spray paint in the backyard. And my dad was like, yo, where's my spray paint at? Like, you used it all, you know? I'm like, I made these shirts. And he's like, that's not too bad.
Sick.
He's like, that's dope, you know? And like everybody was stoked on it. Like, and everybody was like, oh, well, I'll buy one. And that's when I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of onto something, you know? So like 8th grade Aaron just like, roll into like T-shirt Martin El Cajon. Like if you're from San Diego, you know about it, you know, and like buying blank T-shirts and just like perfecting the craft. So from spray painted T-shirts, I ran into like craft paint at Walmart with like a foam roller, and I just paint those in my room. So the nice thing about the foam roller deal is like I could be working all night, all day.
Yeah.
No
Factual.
elements, you know what I mean? Like I had my mom's like hair dryer, like
Just use the dad's paint, mom's dryer, all the shit.
Yeah. So then I'd like work faster, you know? And then, so I started out doing that, got some traction with that. Like,
What was it called?
it was called Legit Clothing.
Sick.
Yeah.
Love
yeah.
it.
I'll send you guys some pictures.
Yo, no.
like,
I'm gonna need
the
an
stuff,
OG
visual.
swag
Yeah,
shirt. I'm gonna
yeah.
rep the fuck
You should
out
bring
of
it
that.
back. You should bring it back to your Shreddy.
I know.
I mean, you should do like I don't know, a little run with it.
Yeah, that's it. Just a small
Just
run.
maybe throw legit in it because it's my understanding
Yeah.
that, and that's amazing. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing that with us. That's so dope.
Yeah.
So you've been in love with the art from the jump.
Yeah. From like forever. Like that's kind of like what I wanted to do for life. At one point though, I watched Monster Garage, like with Jesse James.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I wanted to be a fabricator. Like which is weird because like my business partner Blake Wilkie's like
Shout out Blake.
a super big like gnarly fabricator dude can like, you know, I can't really read a tape measure, but that dude can, you know, and like he can make something happen, you know. I can make it look good, but you know, so at one point I was like, yo, I want to be a fabricator. But that was short lived. I took metal shop in high school, and that stuff wasn't for me. I'm not a mathematical guy, and I've always had long hair. And then one time I was like welding in the welding booth, and it like popped. And I was like, oh God, my shit's on fire.
Yo.
I roll up to the teacher. I'm like, yo, dude. Like, he's like, why are you yelling? I'm like, this shit's crazy. and like, he was like a hard ass teacher. And like, one thing that I always remember that he would say is like, there was a bunch of like idiot kids. And like, he could almost tell the future. Like every day, he'd be like, so like, you guys want to be king of the dumbasses? You know? Like that's how he was turned every day. And like, but he always had faith in me, and he was always like, you know, Birdwell's got a good head on his shoulders. He knows what the fuck he's doing.
Agreed.
And then like, it was kind of hard because then it's like, I'm getting singled out, you know?
What was that teacher's name?
Mr. Paulswald.
Yo, Mr. Poswald.
Yeah, shout out.
Shouts out.
Gang,
Thanks
gang.
Yeah.
I hope he listens to
Thanks
this
for
shit.
believing
for
in you.
sure.
I hope you're getting laid right now.
100%.
He's how old? He's probably pretty old, huh?
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, I
would
don't know.
think.
Well,
He's getting
dude, I'm
laid.
glad he fucking said some nice shit to you. My teachers
Yeah.
either loved me or they fucking hated me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
there
a
wasn't any
program
really
I'm
in between.
into, yeah.
There wasn't any.
Yeah.
So it's my understanding that you started, you know, legit, and then you were really like creative and active in creating those clothing, and then now you graduated from art school, correct?
Yeah. So
Gangster, educated
yeah.
dude. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Shouts out.
Yeah, went to art school. Like I was in my photo class. The art institute came to my school, and I was like maybe like 3 or 4 weeks out of graduation, and I'm like, fuck it, dude, I'm going there. And I was like, it's a good deal. So it wasn't a good deal money wise, but it was like a good like deal. Like I was like, oh, I think I could make something of
You
this.
followed through with it though.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And like a few times I wanted to quit, you know, and I was like, man, this sucks, you know. But it's like delayed gratification, you know what I mean? Like
100%.
My uncle's a big business dude, and he always like uses that. Like when I was like going through hard times with Shreddy, like, dude, fuck, I'm not making any money. This really sucks. And he's like, delayed gratification. And then I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, you're going to fucking Cabo you're going to Cabo first class. I'm going to like fucking the Michigan, like on a fucking Spirit Airlines plane, you know? Like,
Yo, so that brings me to my next like curiosity is you like growing up as a kid,
Yeah.
like, are you Hispanic and white?
Yeah.
See that? Joe
Yeah.
Knowledge, baby. I'm a smart motherfucker. Are you Italian?
Yeah.
You like that?
But you knew that.
Jay, I have no idea what the fuck you are. I'm American. Okay. That's what I thought.
Okay,
That
yeah.
was my first guess. I didn't say it. But growing Yeah, it ain't on a Onasickone podcast if we ain't laughing. But growing up as a kid, like, give me a little bit of fucking background on that. Like, growing up as a kid, did you come from like a dad that was balling the fuck out, or like a mom's that was like fucking slaying crush?
Yeah. No, like, I mean, I came from a long line of hustlers for sure. Like,
That's dope.
RIP to my grandpa, but he was on America's Most Wanted for
No way.
yeah, he for like interstate drug trafficking of like methamphetamine, like
True entrepreneur.
yeah, like,
The entrepreneur. You know?
yeah.
He started the whole thing.
Yeah, so like you know, like from my grandpa to my uncle was like a big hustler too, and like but we never came from anything because like my grandpa probably could have been like a big construction, dude. Like if you didn't choose the life of crime, but you don't. Sometimes the card that you're dealt, you got to run with them.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. We're not advocating.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
I respect the flow.
Yeah,
Hustle and flow.
Yeah,
Hustle and flow.
Was you just your style always based around like the action sports lifestyle?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of rolled around like street art, you know, kind of a little bit of everything, like things that I'd see it, like, you know, rap music. I mean, kind of everything. I kind of pull inspiration from anything and everything, and that's the way you kind of got to be to like keep it rolling, you know.
I mean, obviously you got the dope M3, but do you like?
Yeah.
Are you like on dirt bikes or on motorcycles?
Yeah. Well, so I grew up like doing board sports, like that's my thing. Like,
Can you surf?
No, I could wake surf, but yeah, like you would think like San Diego, like
You'd be in
you
the
know,
I
water.
expect all the
Ocean.
homies from San Diego to
Yeah.
surf, and like 4 of them that I'm thinking off of right now off top.
Yeah.
None of y'all.
It's kind of
motherfuckers.
expensive though. It's like expensive like to get a board and then get out there and learn.
More than that, surfing is scary as fuck.
Yeah, there's sharks in
Dude,
like,
fuck the ocean, man.
stingrays, like
Every time I go in there, I'm fucking just thinking the worst.
yeah, like a rip current.
I'm thinking like, you know, when you're laying after watching a scary movie in your bed and you think that if your leg's dangling off, somebody's gonna slice your Achilles tendon wide open. That's how the ocean makes me feel. So all you surfer homies, I applaud the fuck out of you. Good on you. But more than it being an expensive sport, it's a super mental sport because the ocean is scary as fuck.
Oh, 100%.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
So, but you're wakeboarding.
Wakeboarding, snowboarding, skateboarding.
Speaking of snowboarding, we're bringing you out here.
Yeah, no, I'm rolling out. I usually go to Mammoth and Big Bear, but you know, I think I'm rolling up here. I think
We're gonna bring you and Andy out. Shout out Andy, my duck.
Yeah,
Shout out
Andy's a
Jay
good
Brew too.
dude.
That's one thing that I wanted to bring up as well is that it's sick because my ducks, quack quack, quickity quack. I love doing random crazy shit just to see Tony react.
Yeah.
Like I love it. It's my favorite part. And I was actually watching the podcast yesterday of the last episode, and his fucking facial expressions the whole time. He hates me. But my ducks, quickity quack. Andy 76 and Jay Brew
Why they're your ducks?
and me all wear Shreddy. We're all getting blessed up and tapped in with Shreddy, and it's dope.
Yeah,
because we're all just fucking feeling good, looking good, swag the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Yeah,
And thank you again.
No problem.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate.
I know
it.
the boys appreciate it as well. I wish you guys were here right now. Aaron's been on a sick one the whole time he's been here.
Yeah, no
I know
doubt.
that Jay Brew was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Aaron's coming."
Yeah, he was bummed.
I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, you could have waited." I was like, "I don't build my life around you, Jeff."
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So wakeboarding, snowboarding, skateboarding, growing up,
Yeah,
and then as you get older, you start getting into bikes and shit.
No, I'm never like, I'm not a big bike guy. Always like board sports.
Could you shred the Dyna? Could you rip it? Like, could we go on a cruise together?
I don't know.
Dude, we need to
I've
get
never
you.
rode a Harley.
Oh.
But
We
I
need
like,
to tap both of you
Yeah.
in with Harley.
But like I went to
I'm
I
gonna
go to the like when I grew up we'd go to the desert and stuff. So like I know how to ride a bike, you know. But like I'm not no pro.
Can I throw something out there?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking off top here.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of how dope it would be to have a shreddy bike.
That'd be
Harley.
Harley.
That would be
That'd
lit.
super
Just
sick.
wrapped.
I don't know. I could see it in my mind, you know, and it looks sick.
What's the type of bike that's where it looks like a dirt bike, but it's a street bike?
Oh, like a supermoto.
Kinda, but like what if you did something like that?
Okay, that would
like
be
a
fun
like
as
a,
fuck,
like,
but
like a little like a Ducati almost.
because they do, they've done a bunch of 110s.
Yeah.
They've done up a bunch of 110s.
Yeah.
And 110s are the most popular bike on the planet, in my
sure.
opinion.
Because they're just like fun to ride.
What did you say?
110s are fun to ride. Is that what
They're
saying?
very fun to ride.
They're
very
they're
fun to
small.
ride. It's like kind of like the 70 shredded,
Yes, dude.
but it's got
little-
some more CCs.
Okay, that's why I need some more.
She's
CCs.
got 40 more CCs.
Good, because
Yeah,
the
yeah.
70 wasn't doing it for me. I'm a big boy, so
But you guys have done up some 110s. You've actually given some away,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
sick as fuck.
that's
Yeah.
dope.
Imagine getting that phone call. You just want a shreddy 110.
Yeah, and it's a trip. Like usually the people that win it only win like they only buy one ticket, and it's usually the last day.
Dude, I've been entering a lot of raffles. I have a homie. Shout out to Arnie Wells. Do you know of
Arnie's
Arnie
a
Wells?
cool dude.
Amazing soul, great guy, super shredder. It's funny because he definitely fucking. I just spaced. I just blanked.
Does he win a lot of stuff?
He wins a lot of shit
Oh, he
on
does?
raffles. Like
Really?
he's won like 5 or 6 of them, dude.
No, like
he's won like
what?
3 Harleys.
No way.
He's won a full decked out van. He's won
Really?
like a bike. Like the dude's, I don't know if he's just lucky as fuck or what, but
Cons system, maybe. I don't know.
or he's Irish. You ever heard?
He might be Irish.
Luck of the Irish,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Pot of gold. Man.
I've never blinked like that in my whole life. It's a little worrisome.
Yeah, I've never really won. I mean, I've hit like a $2,500 jackpot at the casino, but that's about it.
On my 21st birthday, I put 100 down on black and hit it, and I just took it off. That's the luckiest I ever been.
He said, I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So do you think that you guys are gonna do up some more shreddy bikes?
Yeah, we have one more at the shop that we're figuring out like a deal to give that one away. The last one that we gave away, this firefighter dude in San Diego won it, and then the one before that, this girl Megan, she's into the Harley scene too. She won it in Texas,
Sick.
and then the one before that, the dude won it in San Diego. So we're like 2 for San Diego. And then one all the way in Texas. Yeah.
Well, like it makes sense. Locally, you're gonna get the most support, right?
Yeah.
Is that where most of your sport is at? Like San Diego,
No,
SoCal?
I mean, like, it's kind of all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, I would say, like, most of our sports, like, yeah, I'd say California, Arizona, kind of, I mean, it kind of ranges all the way to Michigan, like, Australia. Like, you kind of name it. Like, there's not really just, like, one core place. But
Are you guys getting overseas sales?
yeah. We
Dope.
do a decent amount of Australia stuff. And then,
Shout out to Aussies.
where else? Germany, like few little random like
Couple
countries.
cores.
We'll pop in like we went out to Saudi Arabia one time for
Sick.
a show, and
Sick.
that was pretty gnarly.
That's dope.
Yeah, so we got some love out there, so kind of all over the map. You know?
Sick. That's awesome, man. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, with the brand. So like you started in 2016. Like what was like the inception of it, and like how did it become what it is today?
Yeah. So like how this all started was I'm sure you guys seen that video like Urban Assault, like my business partner Blake Wilkie's like ripping through the streets of San Diego.
Gnarly.
And it was like a viral video,
Have seen it.
like that video went far and all over the place. Like I think it was on like I forget what the thing is, like that weird talk show thing that they used to have. I'll think of it in a second.
No, that's cool. He was on that, John, though, too, because of that video.
Yeah. So he got super big on that, and then I was like literally driving because I had a regular job, and I was like driving to work, and I hit him up. I was like, "Yo, dude, that sucks. You got in trouble, like." So he got like some jail, like not a lot of jail time. I think it was like
Permits weren't pulled there.
2 weekends or something, but it was like some fines. So I was like, "Damn, dude, that sucks." But the video is cool. Like, good luck. So I'm like driving to my regular job.
What were you doing?
I was working at it was like a sign shop. Like I was the graphic designer, like printer guy.
Yep.
Like it really sucked. But I learned a lot.
Okay, dope.
I learned a lot. I hated
part
it.
of the process.
Yeah, I
Always
hated it
is.
every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was just over it every day. But anyways, it was definitely a stepping stone in my journey to where I'm at today.
Business partner. Seems like when you tapped in with Blake, that's when it really started to
For
fucking.
sure. So like, I was like, "Hey, dude, that sucks." I was like, and I'm like sitting at my desk at my regular job, and I'm like, "Yo, dude, like, we should do some T-shirts." Like, cause I seen he was someone made a GoFundMe, and I was like, "Yo, dude, like, you got some hype on you. I seen the opportunity, to really push
Let's
this
link
deal."
and build. Shout out.
Yeah, 100%. He's a San Diego local too now. Yeah, so I was like, "Yeah, let's do T-shirts," and he's like, dude, I don't really know how to do that stuff. And I'm like, "Don't worry." I said, I know how to do it all. I was like, the first like e-commerce site that I've sold on is like Big Cartel.
Okay,
So
sick.
like I've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah.
Dope.
So I started Big Cartel with Blake, and we made these shirts. Like it said Urban Assault, and then it had like the first Baja bug I drew out. Yeah. So then like after that, it started just blowing up. We started selling a lot of those, and then from there, he was like, "Dude, like, having your last name on someone's back is like good and bad, cause like we get a little loose like everywhere."
Loosey goosey.
Yeah, and then like you look at like someone's shirt and like it has your last name on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Silky.
Then they're like, oh, you know that guy?
Shit.
Like all your friends are pieces of shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
So then from there, he was like, all right, let's hold off on that, you know. And we made some money on it, and it was a great deal, you know, and that really opened my eyes into like the power of, you know, linking up with somebody that has a good following and hitting it at the right time, and then just using my knowledge to push your homies forward, and then making some money in the process, you know, and having fun. At the end of the day, it's like if you're enjoying it, then it's all good.
I feel like Aaron and I are a lot alike.
Yeah.
In the sense that Tony, hey friend, business partner.
Yes, that's dope.
There are things that Tony knows and he's educated college guy and does that helps my program.
Yeah.
And in return, I'm helping his program.
Yeah.
And we've been able to link and build, dude. And
Thanks.
so business partners can be very awesome and very good.
100%. They can be really
100%.
bad too.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like having a significant other, right? It's
Yeah,
like it's a marriage.
Yeah, 100%.
No way, you know you're married to me, dude.
Yeah, bro, you're fucking.
What do you? I know, but you've been lately. Yeah, I feel like you haven't been talking to me.
I've been on a sick one with work.
Okay.
I own a restaurant and a cannabis company.
I've seen you on TikTok.
Let me ask you a question.
Giving reviews. The
Okay,
last
nice.
one I
That's
seen,
sick.
Thank you.
he inspired me to go to 7-Eleven to get a Slurpee.
Yes.
So
let's
7-Eleven
go.
should tap in.
Tap
dude.
in.
7-Eleven
Yes.
should
Look how
tap
happy
in.
Tony is.
Dude.
Like,
Yeah.
You know what's going
Yeah.
on.
Dude, because I've been I'm trying to get the TikTok shit
Yeah.
going. Because I'm trying to learn it more. Like,
Yeah.
because I understand the Instagram stuff. I got fucked because I started doing cannabis stuff really early, which got my page shadow banned.
Okay,
And so now all
yeah.
my Instagram stuff. But with Joe's shit, I know how to run the ads now. So that's been
Yeah.
helping. So,
That's it.
but I don't know where the fuck I was going with that.
No. I know exactly where you're going with it. It's one of those things that my question to you was.
Yeah.
Talking to your business partner, you and Blake chat regularly.
Oh yeah. Like I mean, he's like number 2 in my phone.
Dope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Joe's like number
100 P,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
significant other type shit,
Yeah.
like Tony said.
Yeah, but sometimes you has nothing to do with Joe. I'm going through shit.
Yeah.
Cause like with the Joe stuff, it's like I'm passionate about this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about comedy, and that's how me and Joe connected.
Yeah.
But then I got to see this world, the Shreddy Life, Onasickone lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I fuck with that tough. I like what it is. And from a business perspective, I know how we can monetize Joe's lifestyle so that Joe doesn't have to work 9 to 5 anymore. And that's what we're working towards.
That's
Yeah.
the goal. I think that's ultimately like why I appreciate him so much, and I think that's why you and Blake
Yeah.
have such a dope relationship. Is because it's basically like working the dream. Like you work together to create a lifestyle and like a day-to-day work or job that you love to do every day.
And I think, as you know, you go through lulls with your business partners.
100%.
And so it's like, I was in a lull with this because I was so stressed out about other things. And so it's like had nothing to do with JoJo because I love JoJo. And
You
like,
learn to read each
yeah.
other. It's just like a relationship.
And so,
yeah.
and so like, I was
it's
like,
like your second chick.
My side P. Sorry, honey.
yeah. And so it's like, I really wanted to be at the comedy show last night, but like, I had a way bigger, no offense, but I had like this massive show that I had to produce.
Twista, baby.
Yeah. And it's, it's like,
Yeah.
it's very expensive to put that on.
Twista. Probably going to Twista.
So, but I did literally slept for an hour so I could be here for the podcast.
Yeah, no, that's just so
that's
cool.
what's sick. And
Yeah.
I didn't know you were gonna
Yeah.
be here, and that's business partnership.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
love.
And so it's like we don't, we're not producing a lot of money, so I have to like hustle my way up here.
Yeah.
So it's like I had to like negotiate with the Row about hook me up with a free room, and I would do social media for them for
That's tight.
the Chicken Wing Festival.
Not
I
making
seen
a
that
lot
on
of
the
money
news.
right now, but my wife's a healer. She's been talking to me about manifestation
Yeah.
a lot, and it's going to
No,
make a
it's
lot of money.
and it's all
right.
it's
Yeah.
all
That's that positive.
it's all
self-talk
positive, but
shit.
like it's like
I feel it, though.
It's
I
a
feel it.
roller coaster when it comes to cash because it's like
100%.
sometimes you think you're gonna fucking crush and it
Yeah.
doesn't crush as hard as you think it's
And
gonna.
then
crush.
you're bummed.
Yeah, and then you're bummed. You're like, oh fuck, I thought that was gonna do $10,000 in sales and I only did $5.
What do you think my crushability is in success, and not just?
Uh-huh.
I'm not talking about with money, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like when I'm put to the task to crush.
Yeah.
What would you say out of 10 times? How often do I crush?
10. even when I'm pissed off at you,
That was me fucking tearing my head up.
even when I'm mad at you, you still crush. And that's the one thing I love about Joe is that me and him can be beefing, but
Yeah.
when we both know we have to play roles, we play the role. Like, and so it's like even to the point where it's like I'm the door guy at the comedy show, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm not that. That's like,
Come on. Don't call it door guy.
but I am. You know what I'm saying? But
No,
I'm-
but you are.
And so it's like,
But you're a
Enforcer.
tremendous door fucking guy.
But
And that's
but-
business partner friend.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you know, and so it's like I'm not gonna be the door guy forever, but I'll do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, baby.
Delayed
That's where we're going.
gratification.
Bingo.
Delayed
Yeah. And so
gratification.
I don't mind doing the dirty work.
Yeah.
And I guess it's like, and no, neither does Joe.
Yeah.
Like Joe will literally, if we have to go sell tickets for a comedy show, he'll go out the day before and press people to sell them.
I was wiping down the tables last night prior to the comedy show, and I was telling Aaron, I was like, yo, look, I don't always do this. I was like, but if it needs to be done, because they just had an event there, they had like a business mashup last night there, and the tables needed to be wiped down, and I'm going to do whatever the fuck it takes, dude.
Yeah, Joe is literally holding his baby selling tickets, and I think it worked out in their favor because who's
Sold more.
gonna turn down a dude with a baby?
I like to think that I do a lot of like world's firsts.
Yeah,
World's first.
I think so.
World's firsts. We'll elaborate on that on the next episode of the Onasickone podcast. I want to take a brief moment to talk about the products that we have in front of us right now. This is Wake, Sleep, Bliss, and Calm from the Happiest Hour. And if you want to enjoy your happiest hour, all you got to do is tap in, take some terpene shots, take before you partake, and maybe just have one of these companions boost your high. Or if you're just having a good time and you just want to experience one of these products for what they are and what they're worth, take it from me. Check them out. Tap in. Thank you, Happiest Hour. You guys have been helping me have my happiest hour.
That's what you can look forward to as a sponsor on the podcast.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
Shreddy
yeah.
Life sponsors,
know.
I think
Just a small pitch.
real
Small
quick,
pitch.
and this is something that I really wanted to chat with you about.
Yeah.
And we talked about it last night. I think that there are levels of quote unquote sponsorships, and I've talked to a lot of different homies about this. There's like full factory. Like you got the bike, you got the gear, you getting the money, you got the gas car, you got the rig. Like full factory, that's a sponsorship. That's like elite shit. That's like top of the fucking top of the totem pole.
Top 1%.
Top 1%. Then you have different sponsorship. Maybe you get supplementary income each month. Maybe you do have a fuel card. Maybe you get sent boxes of dope products and don't have to go out and buy clothes for yourself. That is, in my personal opinion, and I want you to kind of shake this up a little bit.
Yeah.
That to me is a type of sponsorship. And ultimately, I've shout out to Hell Josh. I definitely want to talk about Hell Josh because he's a fucking sicko and one of my favorite people that I've met. And he's actually, dude, he's the guy that linked us up, that tapped me in with Shreddy Life, which I'm extremely thankful for. Hell Josh is the photographer with Shreddy Life. He does a lot of their marketing and different things.
Sick.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of intimidating.
Oh, for
3
sure.
words that describe Josh right now, off top, go.
Gangland. So I'll just run 2. We'll just run a 2. Like he's got a few tattoos.
Is he gangland?
No, like
What do you mean? Why,
He would, if he loves you, he'll kill for you.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's murdered anybody yet,
No, I don't.
But
think
he
so.
would.
but he would for you.
Yeah.
Or not you, but me.
But
But
yeah,
maybe,
sure him.
But maybe if he meets me, I don't know.
Maybe we'll meet
yeah,
and greet.
he's
I don't know.
He's
It's
a
hard to
very
read.
intimidating guy, but he's a teddy bear. At
And
heart.
I know that's what's so
Yeah,
incredible
yeah.
about the guy is he's like,
yeah,
I'll kill you, and then he's like,
Yeah.
"Come here, give me a hug."
yeah.
Those are the best type
And
of
he's
people.
a very passionate dude, and that's what I appreciate,
Dude, another like just contribution to you and the Shreddy Life team is that everybody that's associated and tapped in is just super dope.
Yeah.
Takes a team, takes
100%,
a family,
yeah.
takes an army.
Yeah, it's not just 2 dudes. Like you need a bunch of dudes.
How many people are on the Shreddy Life squad? How many employees, workers, founders?
I think we have like 10 full-time employees, and then
Shit, dude.
As far as like riders and stuff, I think it's like 50 to 100.
Shit.
Like,
Tap the
somewhere
fucking
around
taking
there.
care of people,
And-
helping a lot of people out, dude. That's
Yeah,
awesome. I love
yeah.
that.
At just like multiple levels of different type of
So,
sponsorships.
Yeah.
talk about that for a second. Like,
Yeah.
I think that there's levels to sponsorships.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's like, you have people that reach out to you and they're like, hey, like we get it every day. And they're like people, like random people, anybody,
A lot of them are probably fucking talented too.
Yeah. So, some are talented and some are on the come up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, I mean, I'll be like, I'll get a DM and be like, hey, dude, like, I really want to rep your brand, you know. I'll scroll through their IG and then I'll be like, hey, you know what you should do is like, we have a online form on our website and you just fill it out. Like, you fill out your IG, what you shred, a little bit about yourself, you know.
Little bio.
And then at the end of the month, I'll have the office will print all those out and then I'll take a look. Me and Blake will take a look at it and be like, oh, okay. Oh shit, this dude's pretty poppin'. Like, let's put him on. But a lot of the people that we put on is like word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, like, for example, Joe, like, I met him at one of the Bell Brawls, or it's called the Brawl now. And then,
Factual.
yeah. So I met him in San Diego Harley, and Josh, like, I met him, super cool dude, like, lively guy. You know what I mean? And Josh is like, hey, dude, like, Joe would be a good guy to have on the team. And I'm like,
So lucky.
I'm
so
like,
blessed.
for sure. He's like, all right, tight. I was like, yeah, tell him to shoot in the email. And then I think the email got lost or something. So then I was like, hey, get him on the line. And I was like, yeah, dude, like, you're totally on. I said, I'll make sure that, like, you fill out all this form, like, give me your sizes, whatever, and, like,
Tap
monthly, or not, sometimes even, like, twice a month.
Bro.
But yeah, whenever new products come out, we always try to, like, bless everybody up with the latest and greatest.
You know how Christmas morning feels? You know that feeling when you go out and you get that box?
Yeah.
That's how the mail feels, baby. And that's a blessing. That is super awesome. Hail Josh. To be a mic guy and a hype man and emceeing events and doing stand-up comedy, to get tapped in with a company like this, like, how you doing? You know?
Yeah.
It's super dope. But Hail Josh was like, hey, I need to holler at you for a minute. And was just like, yo, you down to fucking rock some shred? And I was like,
And he reps it, dude.
Yeah, Joe.
you have to. You know what? I do run the fuck out of Shreddy, and it's because I appreciate it. I'm super stoked, and I think it's an awesome brand, and I think that your squad is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I also represent all of my fucking friends' brands too. This is Andy 76 Smoke Job Industry shirt, and I am a fucking smoke job. He told me, he said, Joe, if you want to officially be a smoke job, and this is one of my ducks that I was talking about, you have to grow your fucking hair back out. So here we are. It's back out.
Getting the
But
flow
I support
going.
my friends. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of the bike homies, like people that have brands, like I will go online and I'm not going to ask them for anything free. I'm going to pay for it happily. Happily. And speaking of which, if you're listening right now, I don't know if you know this, but when you brought up Big Cartel earlier, I actually have a store. It's the Joe store. You can go on my link tree in my bio on my Instagram. You can tap the fuck in and you can buy a Joe Comedy t-shirt and support the motherfucking dream, because I'm just having a good time.
Yeah.
You know?
Facts. Yeah, I mean the thing is like, so like from my perspective, it's just like making sure that you have ROI, right, when you talk to these people.
Yeah.
And so it's like with Joe, we had a phone call probably like a month ago. I
Yeah.
want to make sure that we have all the correct discount codes, so that this way when we're on the podcast, we can shout you guys out.
Yeah.
Joe can be like, hey, use discount code Joe Comedy, get whatever you guys.
We already
do.
have a
Yeah,
discount
15,
code.
yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Use discount code Joe Comedy.
Yeah.
For
Well,
some
even
percentages
and
is
then
off.
like like running ads and stuff, right? And so it's like how important is ROI, or are you caring more about awareness when it comes to?
I mean, a lot of times it's like, I would say awareness, because like the way we started doing the box deal and like hooking people up, it's like I used to do like paid ads, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd dump a bunch of money into that, and like the metrics that those people use, like, or the guy that I was working with, I'm not knocking anyone down that does like paid ads or whatever, but the guy that I was working with, I just really couldn't figure out, return on investment, so I was like, you know what's even better? Stoking out the people, going guerrilla, getting it in the streets, and letting it eat.
Yeah.
letting it eat. I was talking to you about this last night, dude. Hooking people up, blessing people up. If you're in a position or you have an opportunity to help somebody out and take care of somebody, pick people up, help them out, tap them the fuck in.
Yeah.
Isn't that a good fucking feeling? I tell my wife all the time, I think my favorite thing in life, and I think everybody should fucking take this into consideration in their own life. My favorite thing to do, dude, is to legitimately, selflessly help somebody.
Yeah. 100%.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
What what do you have for advice? Like, I know, like, and I'm fucking sitting here listening right now, dude, because I'm like really trying to get to a point in my life where I wake up every day and I'm like in a studio like this or like doing shit like along these lines. So as an entrepreneur or as somebody that's trying to work for themselves or link and build, do you have any advice for the youngins?
Yeah, I would say, you know, just be original and like when you think it, like when you want to quit, keep on going. And then once it starts getting good, then you'll be like, damn, I really missed the come up, you know? And then it'll start going really good. And then you'll get bigger and then more responsibility. Then you'll be like, dang, I wish it was just me and the t-shirt. You know what I mean? Like,
in the backyard with this friggin'
yeah. And then you'll hit a low, and then like, I mean, the real entrepreneurs, it shows like how if you could dig deep and come out of that hole, you know what I mean? Like, and I mean, I'd say too, like, don't let your dream like ruin your life. You know what I mean? Like it's like, dude, don't get burnt out. Like I work 24/7 working, dude. But sometimes it's like, you know what? Like Joe's comedy show, like I still had to finish our winter line for next season. I'm like, you know what?
I gotta go.
Like you only live once. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I'm only gonna have this opportunity maybe once to come out to Reno and like tap in with Joe. Who knows? Like next month I might be way too busy. And that's the way like I kind of roll all my life. It's like, okay, jump what's in front of you and then just hit it running.
Keep tackling.
But always keep like an educated deal. Like just don't be like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna, you know, jump off this cliff and film it. And then like if I break my leg, then I can't go to my job or whatever. Yeah. You know
I've always taken the perspective of, you know, if you want to jump rocks, make sure. And I think about it like this. Imagine there's a giant river.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm trying to cross the river to get to my goal, to get to my dream, to get to the fucking ultimate happy Joe. I'm jumping rock to rock. But before I jump to the next rock, I'm making sure that rock is nice and secure.
For sure.
I'm making sure that rock's not going to fucking slip and fucking fold out. And I fucking end up Joe River, baby. And then I got to fucking go back to the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So stable the rocks, and just keep going across the river. You know? Sometimes the river gets really rocky and wild and crazy. White fucking rapids, white rapids. And then sometimes it's a lazy river.
Yeah.
But you're always, right?
Strategically placing yourself where you want to be in order to like run that end goal.
Yeah. And to minimize risk, right? But
yeah.
you have to.
Sometimes you gotta like.
Yeah. Sometimes you're gonna jump. You're not gonna know for a fact that rock's gonna be secure, but you just have faith.
It's crazy because like with the comedy shit, MCing anything, I'll MC everything. But with doing all that stuff, that's what I really love to do. But don't get it twisted. A lot of the people listening right now, and a lot of people out there do have solid jobs or do go to a job every day. I would say that I have those moments where my 9 to 5 job, like what pays the rent, what pays the bills, what takes care of the kids, what keeps me financially stable. I don't love it every single day. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what makes me passionate about chasing it to get across the river, because I want to one day just wake up with that feeling of like, okay, I missed the come up. I think the goal is to miss the come up, dude.
Yeah.
It's about the process, right? It's about like falling in love with the process.
Yeah.
But when you're in the process, sometimes it's hard to.
Oh
to
yeah,
see
you
that.
don't miss it. Like you're not in. Sometimes you don't enjoy the process, and then you look back, and I've looked back all the time, like, damn, dude, that was pretty gnarly.
Quick question, Jay. You wanted a studio, and now you have Lifestyle Studios. So you made that fucking happen. And what was cool about you doing that is now we're sitting here and I'm making one of my dreams happen because of Culturing Cannabis, because of Full-Time Tony, my business partner. And I have the motherfucking Joe Show. Isn't that interesting? A few years ago, I remember you told me I wanted to link and build with Tony. And Tony was like, look, kid, it's full-time, never part-time. So I'm going to need you to full-time it a little bit more and put in some more effort as an individual. And then let's talk. And sure enough, dude, that's exactly what I did. I just kept thugging. I kept going. I kept grinding. I kept digging. I kept rocking and rolling. And next thing you know, tap, just got tapped in Full-Time Tony. And here we are.
Yeah.
And I think that I think sometimes lately, and I was talking to the homie Tazinski, shout out Tazinski from Austin, Texas, love you. But I was talking to him about the podcast and he was giving me a lot of insight and compliments about it. But I told him the other day, I was like, dude, I'm fucking not looking at where I started and what I wanted and where I'm at now. I'm constantly wanting more.
Yeah.
It's never fucking, and I think that's a good thing. But I think sometimes it's like, we can't just be satisfied and stoked with getting to a certain point that 3 years ago, dude, I'd have been freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think you have to remind yourself when you create goals, when you want something, to keep going, to keep thugging, keep chasing the dream, keep chasing your goals, keep crossing the river. But don't forget how far you've come along, and don't let that put you in a negative mindset, dude. And if you are in a negative space, like we talked about earlier, fucking pick up the phone. How you doing?
Yeah.
You can call me.
Yeah, or like another thing too is like just take that negative energy and put it into something positive and just grind it out.
Yeah.
Like for example, like I had this meeting with this big time sales rep, and I thought it was a shit. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, I'm Tilly and Zumi's ready. Like dude, like sell my shit. So I have this meeting with them, sit down with them, and the dude's like, what do you like? What do you got? You got some good ideas, but like, you don't have like your seasons aren't planned out. You don't have this. He started just chopping me down, and I'm just like, damn. I was like,
I don't even laugh, but that's so funny because that is exactly.
Yeah,
how
I was already counting like what I was gonna buy, like whatever. But you know what? I shout out to Nate Elders. He gave me that insight of like, hey, dude, get with the script, or get left in a ditch. So then,
straight the fuck out.
So then I'm like, I could have been like, oh no, dude, that dude know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, I know what I'm doing, but no, I soaked up game, and in that for maybe a couple hours, I was like, fuck, dude, I'm a fucking loser. Like, I thought I was the shit, but no, I'm not the shit.
It's so easy to feel that way. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's how I've been feeling.
But then it's like, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to prove this guy wrong.
Yeah.
Then I was like, just, opened up the computer, opened up the sketchbook, just wrote down a plan. And I think that's for like any entrepreneur, like to have a plan, write shit down. You know what I mean?
You see my stupid fucking face?
Yeah.
That was a logo that was made for me by my friend who recently passed away, 3 a.m. forever.
Yeah.
But I had a vision and I wanted to make like a logo and brand myself and do that. And look, Tony, look at my stupid fucking face.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Have a plan.
Yeah, 100%.
But I just wanted you to look at my stupid fucking face. Can you make that face real fast?
That is, I don't know.
It's honestly kind of iconic too, because it's like the 3 a.m. was like force drove into that logo. It was like
so powerful, man.
He was like, no, Joe, this is the fucking logo, and it's become the logo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's done 3 for me. He did the Joe comedy art. It says Joe comedy. He did that for me a couple months back prior to him passing away. Freak accident too, and it goes back to you never know when it's your time to go, my man.
Sure.
So float this motherfucker, dude. Just let the river flow take you where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Be that fucking feather. Dude, death and that challenge of losing friends, I think that's the hardest part of having, and we've talked about this, about having like circle, like all these circles and different homies and connections is the more people you know and the more you love, the more loss you have to go through.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that reminds me. I also have a thing with hawks.
Hawks?
Isn't that sick as fuck?
I got a thing with deer.
Dude, yo, that's sick.
I ran over a deer one time.
What?
And then ever since I ran over that deer, like deer will just pop out all over the place. Like my front yard. And I live in like a suburban area.
Wow. That is so lit.
Yeah. It's kind of a weak animal, but it's not a hawk.
No, dude, you're a deer. I'm a hog. What's your animal?
Honestly, the first one that came to my mind is a duck.
Fuck, we need to talk about that. Jay, your animal?
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that fucking makes sense. That's sick. What is your fucking, do you have an animal in your life that you see in passing that are like somehow pops up all the fucking time that you just are like, and ducks, I mean, are pretty common, but a fucking deer in your suburban area and hawks that consistently fly and swoop over me, and for Jay to have a sloth living in his living room. Yeah. Do you have a spirit animal? And I heard my mom talking to my wife the other day, and she was like, I see butterflies all the time. I think it's a sign. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, Jesus Christ, Mom, take a Xanax. But I love you, mother. But in my heart, though, and how I really felt was like, I saw a fucking hawk earlier, Mom. It flew right over me. It was sick.
Yeah. Butterflies are cool. But yeah, I guess it's like ducks because V formation is lit, and I love the fact that the idea of like they are very calm on top of the water, but they're pedaling hella fast.
Are you listening to this podcast wondering what the fuck are they talking about? That's exactly what I want, because this is the motherfucking Joe Show, brought to you in part by Culture and Cannabis. Thank you. Couldn't do it without you. Full-time Tony, and I am not saying goodbye right now. I'm just letting the listeners know that.
Just a quick, bringing it back together.
You're the one fucking listening to it. Maybe you get a clue. Maybe you wait the fuck up.
You're probably stunned right now. Listen to this, or you're probably on your way to your construction job, because I'm guessing that Joe has a high construction job listener following.
I do.
Most likely on a Harley or
mechanics, construction workers.
Yeah.
A lot of different hobbies in between too. I had a dentist the other day hit me. I was like, checked out the podcast, drilling the guy's teeth. I was like, sick.
Dude, after the second show, it kind of not blew up, but like locally was big. And then we did the comedy show the month after the J Brew episode.
Yeah.
And so many people came who saw the podcast. And,
really?
And Joe always says
our best episode of the Joe Show, the Onasickone podcast is for sure J Brew.
We're gonna have to run him back.
We're definitely gonna Jeff back in here.
I learned so much about J Brew that I didn't even know. Like
in this part of the Joe Show, we're gonna have a J Brew segment. J Brew, how are you? Miss you. Wish you were here.
Yeah.
Nobody loves you like I love you. Well, a lot of people do, and that's because you're a lovable guy. But J Brew, 3 words that come to your mind when you think of J Brew. 1, 2, 3. Shoot it from the hip. Go, go, go.
Just a good dude.
That's 4.
Yeah.
We're gonna delete the A.
Yeah.
Just good dude.
Yeah.
He's a just good dude.
Yeah.
He's a fucking just good dude.
Just kidding.
J Brew, you are a just good dude. And I love you.
Yeah.
Shout out to my duck. And back to V Formation.
V Formation, dude.
Sheesh.
Yeah, J Brew, man. And so after that podcast, we went to the fucking show. So many people were talking about the podcast, and Joe is the only person that says full-time, never part-time Tony.
Full-time.
He started that.
Oh, okay.
Everybody sees me at the door and goes, full-time, never part-time, full-time, never part-time, full-time, part-time.
Yeah, that's lit. I did come up with that.
Yeah. And so it's kind of crazy, too, because it made me realize that, like, we're making an impact with people. And I like to believe the impact that we're making is maybe you're at that job that you don't really like. Maybe you're going through a tough time. And you turn on this fucking podcast, and you hear this crazy motherfucker on here with some amazing guests like yourself, and I get to put in a tiny bit of input, and it's fun for me just to be here. And it makes me smile.
Damn.
Makes me happy.
I used to tell myself, and Jay, maybe you can attest to this. Shout out to Lifestyle Studios. Fucking love you guys. But maybe you can attest to this. I used to tell myself all the time, and maybe I need to start telling myself this again, and maybe you've heard this along the line in your life. Small victories.
Yeah.
Small victories.
Yeah.
Keep catching dubs. Shit stacks up.
For sure.
Shit adds up. Small victories. I think that we all want it right here, right now. I think that's part of our fucking problem. We're in a society and we're conditioned now to like, I need 5 houses, 5 cars, 14 bad bitches, no kids, 2 Ferraris, and a fucking pool, and a jacuzzi, and a fucking membership, part-time, lifetime, to anywhere I want to go in the world. It's like, dude, no. You don't need that all right now. You don't even need that in general.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way now?
What voice was that, by the way? What the fuck was that?
It was like a little scary, honestly. Like you sounded a little like
my bad, dude.
You sounded like an older dude that like was like into like 18-year-old girls that like just turned 18.
Yeah.
I was gonna say to you, like, you know, Shreddy's at almost 100,000 followers on Instagram. Like, it's fucking everywhere. Your website's super legit. You're selling a shit ton of clothes.
Yeah.
Do you feel that, like, not stardom, but you know, like people know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
So like you go to an event, people are pumped.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, how does that, does that feel good, or like you like, do you like thrive in that, or are you kind of like not about it?
I'm a little bit of everything, you know. I mean, it's like if I could inspire somebody, you know, and like get somebody to be like, you know what, my day isn't as bad, you know, like that dude made it. What makes it different that I can't make it? You know what I mean? And I'd say just like inspiring people and like people recognizing me and just like asking questions, you know, and being like, hey, like, how did you start? You know, and I'll be like, yeah, just a lot of hard work, you know, and dedication, and just keep on going, you know, and don't ever stop.
So lit.
He's got like that San Diego fucking don't ever stall.
Yeah.
Like I knew he said stop.
Yeah.
But
I was literally just thinking in my head, I just followed you on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know what your Instagram looks like, but I hope that you post daily videos of you just like saying some like
some fucking inspiring shit, maybe, dude. I think you'd be really fucking dope with that.
Like most of my IG, if you follow it, it's just like some funny stuff. Like
I think you're naturally a funny dude. You know what I'm saying?
It'll mostly be like, you know, Joe riding a bird, like some random dude at Walmart.
My boy threw me on the story last night on the Harley, and I just looked like a Squiddy McSquitterson, dude. I was just like, and like,
it was cool.
it.
Yeah, it was dead.
It wasn't cool. You know why?
Yeah.
Jay Bro, you know all about these, my boy. Check that out.
That's
it's oozing.
That's a
my
bad one.
God.
No, gross. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
That's a bad one.
You said don't touch it.
Please don't touch it.
Should I touch it and then lick it?
No, please don't.
It's probably not a good look.
No, and I don't think that's sanitary.
Why is it oozing yellow?
That's not good.
Pus.
Dude, you
not
could have
good.
posted one of the cooler ones. By the way, I need that airdrop.
Yeah.
I got a lot of homies that when we go, like I had Jay Brew, speaking of which, the other day, he's like, fucking somebody got this clip of me last night, dude. That was so fire. And he was like in my face, and I was like doing the craziest shit ever because I knew he was filming. And then poof, he was gone. I don't know where the fuck he is. I don't know who it was, and I needed that motherfucking airdrop. I've had homies like after a ride out, they'll be like this with like 6 different phones, and they'll just be like airdropping themselves all these stacker clips.
That's that.
Hobie was on here. Shout out to Hobie Dunn.
Yeah.
When he was on here.
by Shreddy?
No, he's not. He's
Okay,
not
but
sponsored by
we're working
Shreddy.
on it.
But
It's in the works.
But you know him because he's like all from the same area.
Yeah.
He was living in
he's from
Texas, and then he
Oregon.
swooped out to San Diego.
Yeah.
He's from Oregon.
Yeah. So
Little ass town apparently. He says don't go there.
yeah.
Same with Reno. Don't come here.
Oregon, like where he's from, like we went there like
Oh, no
maybe a
shit.
month ago, and my boy Cole Volker like hit him up, and he's like, "Hey, where's that good skate park?" He goes, "Leave." Like, you know what I
Dude,
mean?
he does not
He was
advocate for people
"Dog,
going there."
like there's no good skate parks.
He hates it there.
But yeah, Oregon's dope. It's pretty out there. The people are different, but
He elaborated on that though. Again, Joe Blankety. Sheesh.
Who besides Joe? Who's
Yeah.
the biggest person that you guys are like fucking with, like sponsoring?
I mean, like, to be honest though, like, it doesn't even matter about how big you are. It's about like how hard you rep. And
Yeah.
I like to support the underdog.
Yeah, no,
You know what I
love
mean?
it.
Like, I don't care if you're winning, as long as you're having a good time, you're looking good, you know, and you're a good dude, like deep down, like you're a genuine person. Like if you're just some dude that like wins and then
You're a fucking dirtbag.
or you're a dirtbag, or you're just like exit stage left, and then you're just like not connected with the people.
Yeah,
I like the people's champ. You know what I mean?
love that.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we built Shreddy on. You know what I mean? It's
People's
like
champ.
you don't got to be the best, but I look out for the best dude in each city. You know what I
100%.
mean? And then that's how you just grow.
Yeah, no, I love that. The reason
I
why,
remember what I was gonna say with Hobie.
Yeah.
He said it on the last podcast that we did with him. I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
mean
no,
it.
I love
dude,
that.
I'm so glad that it came back to me.
I
'Cause
love
was
that
feeling
you,
like a
like,
fucking
just
dumb
punched
fuck.
right in there.
Yeah,
It
my
was
bad.
good.
Yeah.
He elaborated on it. We're so like, it goes back to the homies getting all the clips and like posting all the time. We're seeing so much dope shit at such a high velocity, high rate that like shit is not appreciated as much
not
as it
at
should
all.
be.
Not at all.
Dude, we talked about that and it is so true.
Yeah.
It is so true. And by the way, personally, I think that social media is a fucking not good, dude.
Yeah.
It's not good, dude.
I think it's
good
net
for
positive.
certain things if it's used certain ways, but the likes, the views, and like how you can get all hooked into it and like all like it can literally control your emotion. I had a friend recently tell me he thinks that, you know, sometimes you get a post that pops off or whatever, you get high off that shit.
Yeah,
like it's like endorphins dump. You're like,
Yeah.
they like it,
It's
they
a-
like
the-
it.
a
You know,
dopamine
like you're
hit.
fucking
Yeah.
hyped on it. But we're stacking them so heavy and we're getting all these clips and we're posting all this shit and it goes back to that feeling of never feeling satisfied. So what I want you to do is appreciate what you've done. Go check out some of the shit that you've done. Go check out other people. Hit the motherfucking like button. Quit scrolling by shit. You know you fucking like it. You don't want to give them a like because you're being a fucking hater. Don't be a fucking hater.
Yeah.
I want to get to the segment part of the show where I ask our guests, do you have any questions for Joe? Listen.
Yeah.
I got asked this.
Okay.
I got asked from a few listeners, like, when you have guests on, I want to know what they want to know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa.
That's actually
I was like,
a
that's
good
a hell
point.
of a dynamic.
Yeah.
If I was to like do a
Perspective.
hand signal for dynamic, I think that would be that. Anyways.
Yeah. You could brand it.
Look at this.
I want a question here and a question here, and then we're gonna get way away from me because it's not
Yeah.
about me. It's all about me.
Hell yeah. Well,
I'm just kidding.
my main question that like, and I think everybody wants to ask is, like, how do you know everybody? Like, you literally know from like Pat Casey, pro skiers, pro football players, pro this. Like, you literally know everybody. Even you know the dude on the side of the road. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
that
mean?
was crazy.
Like,
Huh?
yeah.
That was wild.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, how do you become so linked with everybody?
Dude, genuinely just being kind to everyone.
Yeah,
You know, I hate the fucking cool guy thing.
for sure.
I want to make sure to say stop fucking cool guying. You know, because like, and cool girling. There's cool girls out there too.
Yeah.
I just genuinely am kind to everybody. And then as far as being tapped in with all these dope people, it goes back to like, obviously you got to go and do shit. So
Yeah.
I'm doing shit. So I'm out places. I'm around these folk. And then wanting to link and build with people that are successful and doing dope shit. And then when those people fucking believe in your program, you know, it almost solidifies and makes me feel like I'm doing some dope shit. It co-signs it.
For sure.
I'm very lucky, very blessed to know so many dope people. I think just generally being kind to everyone
Okay.
is kind of why that's happened
Yeah.
like that. But I don't know. Fuck. I have this thing where I just love crossing paths with people, dude.
Yeah.
You do be crossing paths with a lot of people. You stay traveling too, and you are super tight with people that are all in different circles. Like there's one person, and I feel like multiple circles that you're like, yo, that's my tight homie. But then you're friends with all their friends.
Yeah.
But you're not like, you know, best friends with them.
No.
I feel like you have like 10 best friends, and then all those 10 best friends have these groups
Yeah.
that you're known in. You know what I'm saying?
We are back after that short bathroom break.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've been over here if I can get me old Twisted
I've been
Tea.
drinking a lot of water.
So Twisted Tea, I don't know if you guys know. I know Aaron, I respect it. He doesn't really drink. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't do any of that shit. He's pure.
Is there
But-
a reason why?
No, not really. I mean, literally, I can hang with anybody. You know what I mean? Like,
You could.
I can go hang out with Joe and like, you know, he's drinking whatever, but it's just not really my thing. You know, because like from like high school, like I hit every single high school party, every single party bus, like everything.
And you weren't getting fucked up then either.
Nah. Like
Dope.
just like literally.
Do you
I respect
ever
that,
drink?
dude.
No.
Like you've been completely sober your whole life?
Yeah. I've
Tried-
never been
So
drunk.
we make it big
Never
time.
high.
Never
Never
just fuck.
smoked weed
We're on a
ever.
yacht. We're with all of our family.
Yeah.
We're having a dope ass time. I can't get you to pop some fucking Miller
Champagne?
Low Life.
No.
Or some champagne.
No.
No way.
No, yeah.
That's sick. I respect that.
Yeah, I'm not like a big like I think like my drug of choice is like business and like hustling.
Yeah.
You know? It's like I get my high from that.
That's lit.
So
I feel like you're the same kind of guy.
And two, I like sleeping in my own bed. You know what I mean?
He said, I like to get fucked up.
Yeah.
If you like to get shitty or you don't, please drink responsibly.
Yeah.
Please dab responsibly. You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, don't be dabbing off.
You don't want to be that guy. So right before this, you asked me
Yeah.
that question. I thought you had a great question. We're still in the segment about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to ask a question, or you want him to ask another question?
I want you to be careful with this question that you asked me. Listeners, if you've ever listened to our podcast before, you know that Tony can be, can I say it? Cunty?
likes to call me
From
a
time to
cunt.
time. I mean, dude, fuck. Sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes
I'm
you're
a
right.
li-
So
I'm a little harsh.
what I'm getting at here is when you ask this question, I just need you to do me a solid, and I need you to be kind. So go.
There's so many questions I could ask you right now.
I know. One question.
What's your diet like?
Really?
Yeah, like let's just talk about like what you
That's
eat.
what we're gonna talk about?
Well, the only reason why
Okay,
I
we
asked
can
is
fucking
because
talk about it.
because homeboy, you like to have a good time. You're on a sick
Yes.
one, and
Yeah.
I would say probably 5 to 6 days a week you have multiple cocktails, drinks of some sort.
Okay.
And so, but you stay in relatively really good shape,
Yeah.
and you eat like gas station. Like I've seen you eat like gas station food,
Okay.
not like
You
consistently.
know what? This is
I just want to know how you stay in such good shape with the lifestyle you live.
don't
you-
get it twisted. I mean, as much as it seems like I don't take care of myself, maybe I definitely do. But I'm just extremely blessed. Shout out to my dad.
You got great genetics, right?
Dude, very lucky with genetics.
Yeah.
I
I mean, you live an active lifestyle.
I'm very active. Don't get it twisted. Like,
But you have like a six pack.
I also flex my abs 24/7.
Oh.
I'm flexing right now.
Nice.
And you work like your day 9 to 5 is like in construction, not necessarily that you're doing like the hard lifting.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely like a phone call guy. Like,
But you're
definitely, like,
moving around.
Not really. I'm sitting at my desk a lot lately.
Used to
I
move
think
around a lot.
it's just being active outside of work. I think it's being extremely lucky, fortunate, blessed. We were at Wild Waters recently, and I was people watching. And shout out to my grandparents and my parents because I'm a pretty guy. I feel confident. I don't always feel like that, but when I go to Wild Waters, I do. So my diet, fuck. A little embarrassed to talk about it just because it's not what it should be. Here's the deal, though. Here's the kicker. Here's the kick. I might be eating unhealthy throughout the day. I eat out a lot. I definitely spend a lot of money on food like Jimmy John's, Porter Sobs,
You love Mexican.
fucking
You love
bullies, Mexican food. Shout out to La Posada. Shout out to La Barca. Love food like that. But my wife, dude, Chanelli, cooks very good. So, like, I think it's crazy because it's probably like 50-50. 50% of the time I'm eating shitty. 50% of the time I'm eating Chanelli's good cooking. So I think that
Yeah.
really fucking balances it out. And then obviously I think I got blessed. I got blessed.
I think
genetically.
after I asked that question, I like realized that you had like a wonderful wife who cooks you healthy meals, and I forgot about that
You did forget about that.
because I just sometimes I just see you roll up here. I just see you when you on the sick one the most.
Oh yeah.
I guess we're both on the sick one the most when I see you.
Manifestation's real, right, Aaron?
Oh no,
Tony,
If you
listeners,
speak
I don't know
it,
if you
it'll
agree or
happen.
disagree.
Yeah,
Do you believe in that?
yeah, 100%.
Okay. Think about this for a second.
I agree as well. Just
Hear me out. The on a sick one. I keep saying it. On a sick one. Sick. On a sick one. Sick. I think I'm saying it so much that whenever somebody comes to town, like yourself or like people come
Yeah.
here, we go to a comedy show, we go out after, we ride by, whatever we end up doing, like, I think that I'm making it on a sick one. And yeah, sure, the booze is flowing up. It's flowing at the Polo Lounge and different shows. Like, it's crazy. Once you start getting blessed up for free, you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. I've been very good about that. Definitely been Joe drinks a lot of water. Definitely been, not just totally Joe booze. Joe lose.
Yeah.
Booze, you lose. Remember that.
Yeah.
But I think that I've been doing a good job with that. But it's crazy because like when you get blessed up, you're getting more fucked up.
Yeah.
And so you got to keep it in check. And then on a sick one, I keep fucking saying it. And like I said earlier in the podcast, like you can be on a sick one in a good way or a bad way. Maybe I'm not always on the best on a sick one. I don't think anybody really is at perfectly.
It's
I think
hard.
you're doing a better job with it, Aaron, because you're
I
not
mean,
fucking drinking, smoking, or doing
Yeah,
anything.
I mean, but everybody's
Honestly,
not,
dude, it's
everybody's
like,
not
I think
perfect.
this is like,
Yeah.
that light feels like, and I think that this is a moment. I'm gonna take a play out of your playbook, my guy.
All right.
I'm gonna seriously trim the fat here. I'm gonna cut it back. I'm gonna eat a little better. I'm gonna not drink so many twisted teas, but I love them. And I'm gonna stay on a sick one in a more positive, better way for my mental first and foremost, and also because I'm trying to cross the motherfucking river. And if you're trying to cross a river and you're on a sick one and you're listening to this right now, I want you to go out there and go be yourself. And if you're being yourself, I just want to remind you that you are being somebody. And you got to get up, get out, get active, and go out there and be you. And I think that's what you do every day, and I think that's what you do every day.
Just true to yourself.
Aaron, in closing statements from the Joe Show on the Onasickone podcast, and I want to tell you again, thank you so fucking much, dude, for coming out here, mobbing the Beamer, ripping the Reno, coming out here, supporting the comedy show, going on a sick one last night, mobbing birds around, watching me act like a goof in the streets on the Dyna, and fucking pulling up on the kid. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
So with closing, like, dude, have you had fun?
Oh, yeah. Great time.
Would you recommend your friends to come?
Yeah.
Or somebody?
Yeah. Like, I've never been to Reno, and like, but I think, like, if you're going to come to Reno, tap in with Joe and Tony.
You have to.
Because, like, otherwise I would have been, like, just stuck at the casino, like, losing more money than I wanted to.
Did you gamble while you're here?
Yeah, I gambled a little bit.
Do you gamble? No. You said you threw 100 on fucking black earlier.
That's the only time.
That's the only time. And you live in Vegas.
That's the only time I ever gambled. I grew up in Las Vegas, so it's like I have like very like don't fuck with it. It's not nothing special to me. Where can they find you on Instagram? Where can they find you on the website?
Yeah, my personal IG's Living Easy, Shreddy Life, Shreddy.lyfe, ShreddyLife.com. You catch me in the streets of San Diego.
Where should they be on the lookout for from Shreddy Life?
All the new winter heat, or I guess you would say like Ice Cube. Like,
the winter freeze, baby.
Yeah, so just all the new winter stuff, and then just like up and coming new riders, and just like more events, and just like making what I got better.
So funny?
Yeah.
You're him, dude.
Yeah,
You're just dropping wisdom bombs, my boy.
Yeah, always in the comments, like on our YouTube stuff, like people from like out of state, they're like, the number one comments, like, does everybody in California talk like that? like that's all my homies like inside joke, because like somehow someone read the comments, like one of my boys, and then it's just like the inside joke with everybody, you know. So,
I think for your animal to be a fucking deer, and then I think for your other animal, your wisdom animal, to be the turtle from Finding Dory and Nemo.
Yeah. Finding Nemo is a good deal.
Is a top-notch combination.
Yeah.
I think it's a top-notch combination.
Yeah.
Fucking A. This is the 7th episode of the Onasickone podcast. I've really enjoyed your time. Again, make some fucking noise for my boy Aaron Birdwell.
Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate it. Thank you, full-time Tony, for fucking coming through. Shout out to all the listeners. Shout out to Culture and Cannabis. Couldn't make it fucking happen without you guys. Shout out to JC. Shout out to the whole Culture and Cannabis family. You know who you are. Shout out to Lifestyle Studios. Shout out to Jay for being here. Shout out to Twisted Tea for always hydrating my thirst. Shout out also, and I know I do a lot of shout outs because that's what the fuck I like to do, to the happiest hour. Are you having your happiest hour? If you're not, hit me up. We can work through it because life goes up and down and side to side, and you never know when it's your time to go. So always continue to grow.
Wow.
Sheesh.
That's a damn good tagline.
And fucking like, subscribe, share. We're trying to make this a fucking full-time thing. So if you support it, if you fucks with it, keep fucking with it. Go out there, be yourself, be somebody. Aaron, again.
Yeah.
Go get some fucking Shreddy Life merch. Shout out to Shreddy Life. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And that's a wrap.
Peace.
Later.
Bye.
That was sick.
Shit.
Yeah. No. Thanks for having me. That was cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah. I've been on a few podcasts, and you guys are the better one.
Yeah.
Yeah.